We're going to moisturize using the e.l.f. Skin. This is the Holy Hydration Face Cream. Welcome in, welcome in. We're going to do some makeup, you guys. Wow, this is my absolute first time being live, so work with me here. Right out of the way. There we go. All right, so I'm going to start with my brows. Always do. And this is the e.l.f. Brow Lift. Let me show you what it looks like. It's clear. And what we're going to do is just to take the e.l.f. Brow Lift applicator. And I'm going to get a little bit of the product. Just a tiny bit. And work it throughout the brow. Just want to make sure it's all in the brow. So, hey, Gerald. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I forgot you had YouTube. But yeah, so we're going to brush up. Once we brush up, we're going to take the flat side of the applicator. We're going to press. This is going to make sure our hairs stay the way we want them. Just like that. Then I'm going to take the spoolie end. I'm just going to brush this down and let it dry. It does take a minute for it to dry, so make sure you get the hairs the way you want them. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Grab a little bit of product. Work it throughout the brow. Okay. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. Let's brush up. And again, this is the e.l.f. Lift, Brow Lift. And that's exactly what it does. It lifts the brow. Now, I will say that having this applicator is key because you need this flat side so that you can press up and make sure it's nice and flat in the way you want. See how I have this gap right here? I'm going to take my spoolie, make sure it's right, and I'll come back and brush up. Just flat. And we make sure it's shaped the way we want. Perfect. So now we got to let that dry down. And while we do that, I'm going to go in with my first primer. I do prime twice. And it just helps my makeup to last all day. That's the only reason for me priming twice. My first primer is always going to be a serum. So today is going to be the Hello Good Stuff Primer Serum. And this is Hydrate and Plump. And it's in blueberry. So just rub this in. I am a full coverage foundation girly. So my goal is to cover up everything. If you see me do a makeup look, it's probably going to be full coverage foundation. All right, so we're going to let that dry down. Let's give it a little help, speed it along. So usually my first primer is a serum, and then the second primer is a little bit thicker so that I'm able to like focus on what I need to focus on. Usually it's pores. So I'll use a pore primer that minimizes my pores. I'm killing two birds with one stone. We're going to dry these eyes and face. All right. All right, so now let's go into our brow pomade. This is my fave. It hasn't been working for me lately, but we're going to try this. So this is the LA Girl Brow Pomade in Soft Black. So we're going to attempt to use it. I was like, what? Did they change the formula? You know, I hope not, because this is like my fave. And I've been trying to get it to act right, but if it doesn't, we're going to move on to something else. How we do. We try it, then we move. All right. Let's go ahead and start carving out this brow. The line under the bottom. This doesn't have to be perfect, because we will clean up the brow. Same thing on the top. Now, when I go in for the top, I don't come all the way out like I did the bottom. I go in a little ways, and then I start. Hey guys, welcome in. My name is Natasha Renea, and this is my first time on actual YouTube Live. I'm normally on TikTok, and thanks for joining. So let me show my YouTube people some love. YouTube is where I drop all my long form content, and everything else is on TikTok. I am Tasha Renea on TikTok. Hey, Leisha, how are you? Thank you for joining. I'm good. I'm doing good. Trying to divide my time, girl. I stay on TikTok so much. I was like, you know what? Let me get over here and find my peeps on YouTube. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on the bottom before we fill in. Let's do the same thing. Thank you, babes. I appreciate it. Yeah, tonight everybody gets a twofer because I go live at 8 on TikTok. So I'm gonna wash this off and go live again. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. So it's always easier. I did this one darker. But it's okay. We're just outlining, giving our brows some shape. Oh, thank you. Look, and it's me. I got a breakout right here. I got a breakout right here. One right here. I said I ain't going live. This face is a hot mess. I have to wait till these pimples get gone. But you know what? It is what it is. So now we're going to start filling in real quick. No additional product on the brush. Just filling it in. Take my spoolie, blend this out. Yeah, I gotta figure out how the whole YouTube world works going live. Because on TikTok, we can play music and everything else. YouTube is a different beast. All right, so trust the process. Now what I'm going to do is take my NYX pencil. I think we're going to use NYX tonight. Yeah, we're going to use the NYX Lift and Snatch pen. And I like to take this and just define my brow. So it looks like this. It has a very sharp, pointy end. And I'm going to start about halfway in and just start defining brow hairs. And then I like to come back to the front. My reason for doing that is because I don't want to start at the front and put too much product. And then I draw my little individual hairs in the front. And then I'll step back and look in the mirror and see if I see any holes that need to be filled in. Just like that. Same thing on the other side. I make sure my ends are pointy. Well, same thing on this side. Now I'm going to come back to the front and draw my individuals. Okay. Now, back in the day, I would love a thick brow. We're not doing, it's 2024. We're not doing thick brows. So that's why I say it doesn't have to be perfect, because when we clean up, we're going to tight line our brows and clean up, or whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to do. For my brows, I love using the Morphe 2. Thank you. I appreciate it. So we're going to use, this is the Peak of Golden for the underneath my brow. And we're going to use Peak of Chestnut for above my brow. Just picked up these two colors because, baby, when I tell you, I don't know what Morphe put in this, but I absolutely love it to clean up my brows with. Let's see. Now, this is where you want to take your time, because this is like your eraser. So any mistake you made it too thick, you want a higher arch, any of those things, now's the time to fix it. So that's what I'm going to do. Just trace it out. Clean it up. And then when I come to the back, I always kind of wing it out like that, because I'm creating my V. To make my brow pointy on the end. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll be over here holding my breath. I'm like, gotta get it right. Okay, that's good. Had to get that arch right. So that's why I say take your time with this. This is where you fix everything. All right, so we're gonna go to the other side. Put some more product on my. You do need a flat shader brush like this in order to clean up. This is my shader brush from the Juvia's Place collection. Juvia's Place has several, but this is the cream collection. And then I also have a red and a turquoise collection. Y'all welcome in. Ask me anything. They're live. Let everybody know that I'm live. Come on. I teach makeup on TikTok. And I put my long form content over here for everybody who wants to do their makeup at home and follow along. But it just hit me the other day. I was like, girl, why you ain't going live on YouTube? You can go live on YouTube too. So that is what we are doing. Now you know your eyes are not supposed to be twins. In my case, I just try to make sure they're in the same bloodline. You can't even get sisters popping over here, but it's okay. This brow dictates what I do to this brow. Unfortunately, I'll do this one first and have to change it. But it's all good. And you guys, I always tell y'all makeup is very subjective. You don't have to do everything that I do. If you love the way you do your brows right now, keep that same routine. But I'm just showing you what I do when I get ready to do makeup, okay? We're going to do the same thing. This is Peak of Chestnut. So for underneath, you want 2 to 3 shades lighter. For above, you want almost your same skin complexion. Take your time on the top too. Okay. All right, so I'm still going to take my brush. I did clean it off. Let's just go ahead and blend this out. Sit back and make sure it looks even to me. And blend out. Okay, so that's our brows for tonight. Okay. Now I also do my eyeshadow first. Tonight is a simple look for beginners, so we're not doing all the extra stuff. I'm going to try to keep it very, very basic and learnable. Okay. Be like, Tasha, you doing too many steps. Let me know. Because what's basic to me is not necessarily basic to everybody else. I just do the steps. All right, so I'm going to use eyeshadow base on my eyes. This particular eyeshadow base is, this is SBK. It stands for Scratched by Cat. And I have it in the color light. It does look real light, y'all. Little goes a long way. And it does need to dry down just a tad before you start blending out. I grabbed a simple palette, but I might jump up and get another one for tonight. I figured we would do the Nubian by Juvia's Place, and I'm gonna show you why. See, this is it's your basic colors. It's your basic chocolates, your basic shimmers, and yeah, I figure let's just keep it basic. If you want to see me do a different look, then that'll be on still tonight, but it'll be on my TikTok channel, Tasha Renea on TikTok. All right, Juicy Balm on the lips. That is by Essence. Oh, before I put my Juicy Balm on, I love to use the e.l.f. Skin. This is the lip mask, and it is the Holy Hydration line. All right, we're going to use the Deluxe Crease Brush to blend this out. This is by Real Techniques. And I'm going to try to keep it where it's supposed to be, and that's on the lid. As I be blending out, wow. Like, man, I'll be all over the place. Let me grab my mirror instead of looking in this screen. Okay. Got one eye. Let's get the other. And see how it only took a little bit to really cover my whole entire lid space. Definitely love this for us. All right. I always keep a wipe too. Clean up just a little bit so I can color correct my under eyes. This is just makeup wipe. Now we be canceling everything, so I still use makeup wipes, and the majority of people probably don't cancel them, but I still use makeup wipes. FYI. All right, so before we conceal our under eyes, we're gonna go ahead and set our lids with a powder. In this case, my favorite go-to is, let me show you. I love the Black Radiance powder. It's the loose setting powder by Black Radiance. It's in the shade Banana. You can look at it and tell it's very yellow. But we're going to use this one because okay, we got to use it all. I'm just going to shake a little bit in my lid. Just like that. And then we're going to set our eyes. This is a Real Techniques, I want to say, I was finna say face brush, but this is contour. And we just want to set our entire lid. Okay. Now, let's conceal these under eyes. Now, see these dark circles I have? I use full coverage foundation, so under eyes is the only thing I'm worried about, okay? You can color correct your whole entire face, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector in orange. And I'm using orange because orange cancels out dark spots, okay? So if you have dark hyperpigmentation, if you have dark marks, see I have freckles here. I'm not worried about it. just under here, because I'm going to use concealer under my eyes, and I want to make sure my dark spots are already neutralized first. I have freckles everywhere, but my foundation pretty much takes care of that. So that also needs to dry down. Y'all just remind me, hey Tasha, you need to blend that out in about 2 minutes, because sister girl will forget. All right, so now we're going to jump into the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place. And first color that we lay down, we always call this our transition color. And I'm going to go in with the lightest brown. Grab my mirror. And that's a real light brown. Your transition color is just what it sounds like. It allows you to transition to the next darkest color or whatever color you're going to. So I'm going to lay this light color down, and then we'll go to a darker brown. And I'm going to try to do this in 3 shades, okay? Just to keep it simple for you guys. You usually do lose your transition shade once you put that next darkest color on, but we're going to come back and we're going to grab her up again. Don't worry. I'll go to my next brush. All right, and we'll go to the next darkest shade. This is just a darker chocolate. And the secret to eyeshadow is blending. Put it on, you got to make sure it's blended. I love chocolates because it's just easy to work with. Now, you could take this same chocolate. If you didn't want to go any darker, you could take this same chocolate and put it over the entire lid. Call it a day. If you just wanted a natural look, call it a day. If I would have done that, I wouldn't have used this light eyeshadow base. I would have used a yellow tone eyeshadow base. But I used the light so it can pop. Just blend, blend, blend. If your wrist don't hurt, you ain't doing it right. Okay. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll go in with just a darker shade of chocolate. My favorite, my all-time, I love everything by Juvia's Place, but my all-time favorite palette by Juvia's Place, which I almost grabbed tonight, is the Coffee Shop palette. But no other palettes get any play if I grab the Coffee Shop palette. I said, let me just grab this. I never use it. I own every palette by Juvia's Place. And this will help me to create something simple. All right. We'll make it just a little bit darker back here. I'm still in the same shade though. I haven't switched. When you see me switch brushes, then I'm gonna switch the shade. Okay. Now, while I'm working, I always sit my brushes in front of me so that I can have them for easy access. Let's try a little bit darker shade. Well, it's the darkest one in the palette. Hopefully it's not too dark. See that? And we're gonna make sure we're right here in the crease with that one. Blend it out. Real simple. Same thing on this side. We'll get that chocolate right in the crease. And out. And you see how when we went in with that darker chocolate, we kind of consumed our second chocolate color? We're gonna go back and get it. Don't worry. Okay, so I'm gonna grab that brush we used and let's just go back in. Make sure we are well blended. Okay, real simple look. Right. So I'm gonna try to use what's in this palette for my brow bone. It might not be light enough. Let's just see. Oh yeah, brighter than what I thought. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with our fluffy brush and let's bring that down. All right, let's go ahead and blend this out before I move any further because it will dry up on you, then it won't move at all. All right. Okay. All right. So keeping it simple. I love the way my finger just applies like a shimmer. It's just something about the way it heats up the product. I can just put it on my lid. And that, my friends, is the eyeshadow look. Real simple. I'm going on to the rest of the face. Now I just dropped my brush. Thank goodness for two. All right, we're gonna take the excess shimmer from right here. Okay. All right, we'll come back to finish the eyes up in a bit. Let's go on to the face. I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. I am in the color 300 Gabon. And I'm just gonna put a little on the back of my hand. Let's do 2 squeezes. That should be enough. Before I do that, almost forgot. I'm going to do my second primer, and it's the Baby Skin by Maybelline. And this is an instant pore eraser. So I'm all about making the pores disappear. So you see how that shine just went away from my nose? It just gives you a blank canvas to work with. That's what you want. Take these lines out my forehead. Baby, they showed up one day and they refused to go home. So we just work with what we got now. Face is gonna be super red. And I ain't doing 2 looks. All right, so we're gonna take the Juvia's Place foundation brush. This is the red collection. From the red collection. Move this out. All right, and I'm gonna take whatever's left on the back of my hand. Hopefully this is enough to blend. We just want to tap it in. One more tap. I need one more squeeze. Smear that out. Cover this forehead. And I'm not going to go under my eyes because I'm going to use concealer. So you don't want to put too much product under your eyes because that's what causes the cakiness. So if I put the color corrector, then I put foundation, and then on top of the foundation, I put 2 concealers. Guess what we are? Crease city all day. We're creasing. No way to get around it. That's too much product under your eye. And just put your color corrector, skip the foundation under your eye. Unless you're not using any concealer under your eye, then go ahead and take your makeup all the way up. Me, baby, that ain't not gonna happen. You're gonna definitely conceal under these eyes. Alright. See how that just blended in with all of this right here? Yeah, that part. For concealer, am I using 12? Hold on, y'all. I'm going to use Juvia's Place for concealer, but I'm going to use number 11. She looks like this. Number 11. I had to look back because I'm like, who is with me? Baby, I don't watch scary movies. Nor do I want to be a part of one. Alright, so we're going to do under the eyes, the chin, the forehead, the bridge of the nose. You know how it goes. We highlighting every place that we want, that we naturally would give off sunlight or shine. I really didn't focus my foundation into my hairline because we are going to bronze and contour, so we don't have to worry about it. So this is my natural shade, and I'm gonna go a couple shades lighter for the inner corner. Let's see. I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution C12. This is Conceal and Define, and it is full coverage. Ooh, child. She might be empty. Just in the inner corner. Right here. That is all. It has definitely come to the end of her road. Okay. All right, so for contour, we're going to use the Black Opal stick. This is the Black Opal True Color, and I have her in the color Ebony Brown. She looks like this. And we're just going to hit our cheekbones. If you look, you'll see this natural dark shadow. Everybody has it. That is where you want to set your contour at. And then, of course, I'm doing my hairline. Also doing my jawline. This is where we create shadow. And we get rid of the double chin. Just like that. I didn't even blend it out yet. All right, so for the nose. Now, I know I said that was the beginning. This is a beginner makeup look. If you just want to put on your foundation and a nice powder, you can. But what I'm doing now is, because I put on foundation on my face, it just gave me like I'm just one solid color. So now we have to bring dimension back to the face. Once we bring the dimension back to the face, then we have to bring the warmth back to the face and define our face. So that's what I'm doing now. But if you are at the point where you just want to put on foundation and powder and go, just hold on to the powder part. And that's what you do. Do what you're comfortable with. All right. So we're going to blend out. This is my Jessup 04 brush. If you see it's angled, we're going to use this to blend out our contour. And we want to brush up, flip it, brush up lightly. I'm really tapping lightly. Don't beat your face. We won't beat faces, but don't beat your face. All right, same thing on the other side. We just want to go up. You don't want to go below this line right here. If you need to hold your finger there, you can. But there's a line. You don't want to go below that. And this, we blend into the hairline, but then we come down. And we are doing our contour first because it's allowing our concealer time to dry down. Now, Juvia's Place is it's not really liquidy, but it needs dry down time. And how you get the fullest coverage is to let it dry down any concealer, unless it's matte. If you're putting on a matte concealer, you need to go ahead and dry it. I mean, as soon as you put it on, you need to go ahead and blend it out. But I got some time to work with Juvia's Place. All right, so under my chin, we do the same thing. You just want to blend this line out, blend it down. This is where we create shadows under the chin. And don't want a harsh line, so I want to blend that out. And for our nose, we're gonna blend that out. You know what? We'll blend out a little later. Hold your horses. For our, I'm gonna use the Expert face brush. This is the Real Techniques 200, and we're just gonna blend out. Now you can also use a makeup puff to blend out. Looks like this. It's a triangle puff. You can also use a makeup sponge to blend out. This one I love because there's an angle on both sides. Boop, 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 boop. But I'm in my brush era right now. And so whatever you feel comfortable with, that's what I want you to use. I hate wasting my product. And sometimes I feel like the sponge just sucks up my product. But I do still love sponges. All right. So when I get to the under eye, we're just going to tap. And I'm going to go up and get some product and come bring it back down. Just tap real lightly. Quick taps. All we doing, quick taps. I'm not going to go into that inner corner because remember, that's where our highlight is. That light color. I'm just going to drag whatever I have left on the brush. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm going to go with a smaller brush for the lighter color. See how I let it sit? It's pretty much opaque. You can't even see the skin underneath. That's what we're looking for. That's the reason why we let it sit. All right. All right, so for the inner corner, let's do the nose first. Nose. All right, now we're going to go into this inner corner. And we're just going to tap the inner corner and blend this out. We don't want it completely under our eye. We just want the inner corner of our eye to be bright. right here. That's all we need. On this side. I want your eyes to be like, I'm awake. I'm here. Present and accounted for. Yeah. All right, so for the nose, I'm going to get a smaller detail brush and my mirror. And let's blend this out. We're going to blend this into our eyeshadow. Just like that. Now that I blended, I'm going to go back with my brush. And we just want the two to blend together. Right here, we don't want a line of demarcation, so we want to blend down. And then right here, you see how you can see that distinct line? We don't want that, so we're just going to tap and bring the two together. It almost should look like a gradient effect. Same thing on both sides. Bring it together. We got one. Since this is beginner friendly, I'm going to use a powder blush. Although I normally use a liquid and a powder. I'm just going to stick to the powder blush for today. Later, I'll show you how to use both. Okay. All right, so now I am going to use a puff to set my under eyes. Definitely is a must. For my powder, I'm going to use a pressed powder instead of a loose powder. So I'm going to use a Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in number 58. This is almond. I love Micro Smooth Powder for all over. My all over color is toffee. That's number 65. So I use that for my all over. But this right here, when I tell you filter exclusive, I put it on the puff. And I like to just diffuse it on the back of my hand so that I'm not putting straight powder on my face. And we're just going to start setting. See how that is? Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Okay. All right, so to set our contour, so I'm going to carve out my cheeks with this same color. Not a necessary step. But some things, you know, when you start doing them, you're gonna be on autopilot. You're just gonna do it. There's no getting around it. You're just gonna do it. All right. So to set our contour, we're gonna use the Juvia's Place Deep Dark in here. We're gonna use that one at the top. Let's see. Let's set. So any place that you put a liquid or a cream, you now have to go back and set with a powder. Because if not, it's gonna slide off your face during the day. When you go to put your hand on your chin and you haven't set that, oh, you're coming up with a handful of chocolate. You have to set it. Set up under here. Definitely want to set the nose. And I was thinking when I do a chocolate look, I really like to bring in like the pink or the orange color. Well, we gonna see. Hold that. We gonna see. Then I'm gonna try pink first. Might do a mix of pink and orange. So I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place volume. What volume is this? This is volume 1. This is the blush palette. You get a duo. And it just so happens that the duo consists of a pink and an orange. So let's make it do what it do. Okay. So I'm gonna go into the pink first. This is the pink. All right, we're gonna tap some of that off, okay? And I like to put mine on and then go up into my temples because that's gonna make my face snatched. And that's what we're going for. Nice, youthful look. See this side versus nothing. Yeah, that part. Make sure you take it up into your temple. And it's going to give you the most beautiful cheeks ever. Now, a liquid blush underneath this is going to make your blush last all day. And it's going to intensify the look. But I will show y'all that at a later date. I just want y'all to see how to put it on. And let me stop because, baby, I love blush. But once I put my all over face powder on, it's going to tone all of this down. You're like, Tasha, where's your blush? Yeah. Story of my life. All right. So, for the all over face powder, remember I said Sephora Micro Smooth? This is the shade Toffee. That's what I use for my all over powder. We'll get to the end of this. Let's put my brush in here and get my powder on. We're just going to start sitting all over the face. Make sure you go up under the chin. And it just makes everything smooth. My blush just kind of fades away, but I know it's there. All right. It looks like I got highlighter on because every time I turn my face, you can see the little highlight, but we don't have highlighter on yet. Not yet. But bear with me, and we finna put it on. I was hoping I had some Juvia's Place nearby. I don't see it. So we're gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Catwoman. Let me show you what it looks like. She's like a bronzy, ooh, yeah. She's like a bronzy shimmer. We're gonna go real light with this. I just want to see where you see it, already see it going. Just gonna add a little bit, some to it, or a lot. For some reason, I can never get it on the bridge of my nose the way I want to, so I'll take my pinky, just let it, yep, like that, and diffuse it a little. Definitely Cupid's bow. Mm-hmm. All right, and that was the Makeup Revolution Catwoman. I'm not quite sure if this is discontinued. I've had it for a while, and by while I mean a few years. I'm just gonna do a baby wing to put my mascara on. Before I do that, let's go ahead and prep the lashes with the glue because my glue dries down super quick and we're gonna have to move fast. One of my followers on my TikTok page, she bought me several of these to store my lashes in, and I thought that was so cute. She was like, "Girl, I got something for you, because baby, you need something to put them lashes in." Because I'm like, honey, how you save these things? Because all right. So the lash glue I'm going to use to put on my lashes is the Scratch by Cat lash glue, and it dries super fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a layer on. I also use a lash glue on my lash line, and I'm gonna show you what it is when I get ready to use it. It just ensures that my lashes don't go anywhere, because for some reason when I'm halfway through the party they won't stop flopping and won't start trying to come off. So I double down on my lash glue always. All right. And then this is actually going to go once I put my liner on. We're going to use this lash glue liner by Kiss. Just a little bit of it. I'm going to put one coat on these lashes. This is by Essence. It's called Lash Without Limits. Love this. They just had a new drop. I love all of their lippies and eye. Ooh, you'll hear me say Essence a million times. Because it works. I'm going to line my bottom line first. before I put mascara on it. This is the Essence Eye Pencil. This is 18-hour waterproof. This is a gel liner. Let me show you what it looks like. By gel, I'm like, so it glides on. Like that. All right. Nice and smooth. I'm going to use the Essence Precise, Super Precise eyeliner. Not Cat. Oh, Lord. Yes, Catwoman. She is me. I am she. These lashes actually look good. I can't show y'all, but they got some length on them. I might have to wear these. Wear it like it is. Okay, so we're just doing a simple line for a simple look. And then I'll show you what I do with the glue. Okay. All right, so remember that kiss glue that I was telling you about? So now I'm gonna take that and we're just gonna double down on top of that line I just made. Now I have this in black and I also have this in clear. So I love the black one because it does what I need to do for my line. The clear one or the white one looks like this. It's in a white tube and it's too bright to show. So it does says the same thing, but it's white. All right, so we let that dry down. Now we're gonna jump and put some mascara on our bottom lashes. I love to use the e.l.f. either the Lash Out Loud or the Lash Beats for my bottom lashes. Small wand. Real quick. All right. Grab these lashes. We'll see if they're gonna cooperate. I'm just pinching the two together. Love a good cat eye. All right, you guys. So lashes are on. I feel like they are too far in the center. The end. All right. So I'm gonna put on some Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. And let's help it dry. Okay, so we're going to use our lip liner by Juvia's Place. This is the Luxe Lip Liner in Espresso. Now, this is dark. Just hold on. It's going to do what it needs to do. She's nice and dark. Just the way we like it. I'm going to take the Milani Naturally Chic, number 25. Looks like this. It's like a nice pinky nude to go with that simple eye look. And then on top of that, we're going to put some NYX Butter Gloss in the shade. I want to say this is Ginger Snap. All right, so that's done. The skin is glowing and glistening. Let's go ahead and put our final spray on. This is the Makeup Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Setting Spray. And it's ultra matte with aloe and vitamin E. I love that for hot summer days. Thank goodness it's starting to cool down because your girl almost didn't make it. She almost did not make it. And the fans from TikTok shop. Everything's from the TikTok shop. But I do like to go over and just one time because I don't really like glowy. And a little like nice matte sit. You need to know you're not going nowhere. Nowhere. Okay. That's a simple look for you guys. I am thrilled to have got my first live under my belt. So I appreciate y'all being here. Hope you like the look. Alicia, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. And I'm also going live over on TikTok, 8 o'clock. So if y'all want to see me do this all over again, then please come join me over there. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.